Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Today we are jumping into part 5 of the Apocalypse Challenge. Now, there's a lot going on here, okay? We just had another baby. I'm trying to look at see like there's nothing else I can put into this house at this time. Like I can move things around to try and make myself happier. We did buy another grill. We're going to separate it from the other. We're going to place all these random items back in the inventory, and that's about it. We really can't do anything else. We're running out of space. We I mean, yeah, I don't know. We're running out of space. Now I could put the mixologist like bar or like I don't know. I'm pretty sure it moves. You can put it in your personal inventory, but we're not going to be doing that. I could put that and the computer in the family inventory. The only thing is I can't take it out. So if we do need it for somebody, we could be like we have to buy a new one. They do make enough money to do that, but they make enough money right now because, you know, Felicity is like superwoman. So when she's going to be gone and the next generation of children are going to be taking over this challenge, they are not going to have as much money as they do right now. And so is it wise to get rid of all of these things that we're probably going to need, before just because? Like I don't know. I don't know. We're going to see anyway. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. We're going to leave everything where it is and it's going to be fine. I I'm hoping that anyway. I will say though, slight trigger warning, we do have a miscarriage in this episode. I'm gonna put that out there before we keep going. Um, so yes, if that makes you uncomfortable and whatnot, it is not graphic, okay? It's not graphic, it's not anything like that. It's just going to say that she's having problems with her pregnancy. She's going to leave the lot. It's like a little rabbit hole that she goes to. She comes back, there's an urn and you know, in her inventory, and it's very, simple in terms of things. It's not, we're not gonna go with her to the hospital and witness all these things, okay? So it's not like that. But I do wanna let you guys know just in case that makes you uncomfortable, okay? Um, but yeah, so here we are. It is Sunday. It is 8 AM, and we couldn't buy nothing. And, like, we are just getting off of the all-time low, or what I'm considering an all-time low at this point, because, like, everything caught fire in episode 4, like, everything, even one of the toddlers, even though she was fireproof, like, it I don't know. It was so crazy, I didn't think I was gonna make it, to be honest. I mean, I knew I was gonna make it, but, like, I didn't think they were gonna make it, which means I'm not entirely sure, but luckily it all happened, like, end of Thursday, beginning of Friday, and so we didn't really have to worry about much time without a lot of our stuff, you know? Ooh, my goodness. It was so chaotic. Melissa aged up. Oh, well, that would have been useful, like, I don't know, yesterday when we were struggling really hard to keep it together. We could have used a child who, could do some things for herself. But it's okay. We persevered and we made it. All right? We made it. So now we have 3 children in the house. We have Carmen, who is the oldest, and we have Hannah and Melissa, who are the twins. Now we do have, um, Rachel, who is still a toddler. Ugh. So when we gathered water, it, like I think I talked about this on a part 2, maybe? Does that make sense? Part 2? I'm not entirely sure, guys. It feels like I've been doing this for 10 years now. But, yeah, I talked about this on part 2. What was happening was things would break, and then over the course of time, they would, like, not be broken anymore, and then you could just use them. So, I was thinking, like, "Oh, it fixed itself some weird way," right? But what's happening is the lots run out of water. It's quite literally run out of water, and so it stops releasing water, so it, like, glitches the item into thinking that you can use it again, but really when you add more water back to the household, it starts losing water again, and so every Sunday, we are gonna have to add like, gather water to make sure that we're actually fixing all the items that were broken. Now, I do have Felicity, like, constantly fishing, and I could send Pan, but frankly, my faith in him is non-existent. To be honest, I'm it's non-existent, guys. I don't know, it's just not there for me, okay? And when we did send him the last time to go fishing, he couldn't catch anything, so we sent her. Now, he like and I get it, okay? When he makes a meal, as all the Sims do, he requires to eat, right? Like the Sim thinks he's cooking for himself, okay? Understand that. However, if it was just that, we'd be like, not that bad. It wouldn't be that bad. The problem is that we're already set up in a high stress environment, and then we have him, and it's just everything, right? He can't really do anything. He can't do anything. He can't feed the kids when they're young, when you really need the help. He can't fish because his skill level isn't high enough, so he's not the fish are too tricky for him. Like, and then you're trying to get him to make food for all the kids while he's on a timer before he goes to work, and sure enough, he is cooking when he's not judging the toilet for its decor, and then he eats the fish when I'm trying to feed the kids. Ugh, it's it's a lot. It's a lot. It it's exactly how I thought it would be, except the dust is slightly more than I thought it would be. I really didn't think that the dust would have such a great impact on, like, the gameplay and the way that things played out and the moodlets and the fires, like, hello. And when I say great, I just mean, like, a large amount, like, not great, like, "Oh my god, this is great." Okay? I just mean dust is honestly playing a huge part in how this is all, like, playing out, and I kind of like it, okay? I know I'm, like, frustrated 24/7. Oh, where? Oh my goodness. Okay, we gotta pause this right away, we gotta work on this, like, don't even just let the kids go, extinguish this immediately. Don't think twice, the kids are freaking out. Pan again, we're gonna talk about Pan, the uselessness for me, like, sees the fire, runs away. Just extinguish the fire, you're the adult here. Literally, you are the adult here. You're the oldest person in the house, you cannot be bothered. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think and I mean, I guess I'll never know because I have bust the dust, and so, for someone who's doing this challenge without that, I'm sure that they would probably have a much easier time. I think that it would be much easier for them to get through every day without 45 fires during the week. So that would be beneficial for them. Now, I do have it. And to be honest, it's like next level. It's next level, guys. But yeah, I think that someone who didn't have Bust the Dust would probably have a much easier time of getting through things. Their moodlets, although however bad they may be, would still be not as bad as what's happening right now between the fire moodlets and the filth moodlets. It's all very like overpowering. And you can't really tell right now because Felicity is always confident but she's a wonder child, right? We have to remember that. So her traits, her reward traits, her self-discovery traits. Well, actually, she doesn't have any self-discovery, I don't think, because we are not allowed to do that. It's locked behind a career, but yeah, she's got reward traits and she's got aspiration traits. She's got a lot of things going on and she has all the skills. Okay. So she's entitled to being that confident 24/7, regardless of what she's feeling. She also doesn't lose any of her needs, like rarely. So for her, she has the right to be that confident. All right. But I think as the kids age up, we're going to see a drastic change in that. And so we are going to have one of these kids work towards business investor to be able to unlock those vacuums because I think going forward, like the generations that we're going to have to raise in this house are going to struggle a lot with the filth and the fires and whatever, you know? So I think it's really important that we remember that. Like I think at this point, um, it's almost more important to do the business investor than it is to do the chef. Okay, because they're surviving without a fridge and an oven. It is crazy, but they're surviving without it. And I think once we once we move past Pan and Felicity and we're working towards the next gen, like I just don't think that it's going to be sustainable. I think they're going to be very miserable, and I just think it's going to be chaotic. At the, I think it's going to be chaotic when it comes down to it. So business investor is like high up on the list. Look at all this money we throw out at the end of every week. Like 14,000 simoleons just casually down the trash. Like gone, oblivion, gone. That could buy us a house that looks way better than this one. It could buy us a lot. Okay. Oh, Juliana aged up. Sunny. Okay. All right then. So Juliana is the youngest, of course, of the house. They have all girls. Guys, all girls. That's a lot of girls. All right. I mean, when you think about it, it's kind of smarter to have all girls. Let me try to explain to you why without sounding ridiculous. Okay. The girls are most likely born with the ability to get pregnant. Now, unfortunately, that's not like something that you can click to randomize in the game. You have to go in and select it yourself. Um, but that means that all they have to do is woohoo. We don't necessarily have to have someone move in with us, which at this point in time, with the amount of them that there are in this household, that is going to prove to be quite beneficial because there is no room. Like, if we add a spouse, okay, we add a spouse, there's like, even if Pan and Felicity expire in that time, there's only room for two more children. So the next generation or the third generation will be built of two children, right? Whereas if we don't bring in the spouse, we have enough room for three, okay, which is a bit more feasible, I feel. Um, but yeah, and I don't know, maybe I'll change my mind and we'll move in a spouse anyway. I find that moving in a spouse and not knowing what his skill levels are, not knowing if he's got any skills that make it, that it's gonna help us. Now, I will say there are a lot of Sims now in the game that are actually like well advanced in their careers. So that would be interesting to see. Do you imagine if we had someone move in and they were like level 7? Like level 7, that would be amazing. They would have to have like an, you know, unhappy accident probably after, but that would be awesome. Okay. I am going to attempt to clean these kids, all right? The young ones, obviously. Right now, I'm trying to get the older kids to play. And they're make when you play like make believe or you monkey around, it should be adding to your fun, right? Just slightly. Maybe not a huge amount, okay? But it's not. It's only going towards their social, which is kind of frustrating. Like they should be able to have fun together by playing make believe. That is the point, is it not? Oh, family preferences evolving. Let fate decide. So she, in the midst of the chaos of the last episode, I believe, was like, okay, guys, I was really excited to have babies to like, all right, okay, whatever. If I have one, I have one. Now she's going back to being excited about having babies. It's because for 3 seconds we are like having a break from all the chaos and the destruction and the starvation that came with the last episode. So I think she just needs to take a minute and really put her thoughts in her like, I don't know, just think about it. Just think twice about it, okay? Oh goodness, they came home with, like, projects. Okay, we need to remove all of these from their inventory because they can only have 1 thing in there. Now, I know we can't have anything outside the 8 by 8 window, but to be honest, I don't know if it'll let me actually put it in the house. I don't know if there's enough room for that. So we're gonna just put it out there and then slide it in, okay? And that's it, it's done. This guy is so close to having the top of the handy person career unlocked. I am stunned. If he does it, I will be absolutely stunned. There are no other words for that. That's how I'll feel. Because at this point, I've just lost so much faith in him for the stupidest little things. Like, I don't know. It's all very dumb, but like everything he does to me is could have been done better by somebody else. I don't know. Maybe maybe I'm just frustrated with him. That's all. He's not exactly the bravest like yeah, he's not the bravest sim out there. He's not. But when I chose him, it was because he was an easy romantic connection to make, and buddy, let me tell you, that is exactly what he is, and possibly super fertile by the looks of it. So, look at him. Thinking about fast food? Yeah, buddy, let me tell you something. This is not your fast food that you're thinking of. This is fish on a stick with a lemon. Lactose free. Mmm. Smells good, doesn't it? Smells so good. Oh my goodness. It is Monday and we've already got a broken sink. It's already broken. I think it's so funny that sometimes, like, you'll fix the sink, right? You'll replace it. And sometimes you can use it like 700 times and it won't break. Meanwhile, other times you can replace it and after two uses, broken. Just absolutely broken immediately. And that is what happened here this time. Now, Carmen, who is the oldest child, is having semi-decent moodlets, so she's, like, confident right now, and we are taking advantage of that so that she can, like, get some skills. Now, of course, they're children, so they're limited to what kinda skills they can have. Like, right now, we do have the chess table and the mirror, okay? So, the chess table is something fun that they can do, that they're allowed to use because it's also practical because they gain a skill. The mirror they are allowed to have, but they are only allowed to practice speech, and I would assume practice acting when we need it, and practice debate when we need that too. Like, I'm gonna assume that everything we have, we can practice, okay? So if we had a bigger house, we could have everything we needed, and all we can do is practice. Like, other than the chem analyzer and, like, the robot station, things that are super high tech, those things we can't have until we absolutely need them, because there is something that locks all the high tech gadgets. So, to me, in my mind, high tech gadgets can include, like, electronic notebooks, your chem analyzer, your, like, massive telescopes. You've got, uh, the robot station and anything to do with, like, the recycling setup, like the fabricator, anything like that. Like, those things to me are high tech and, like, yeah, they're not all super high tech, but in terms of, like, the apocalypse and what would be high tech in that case, like, I just think that they would not necessarily easily find those either. So, yeah, we are going to limit the high-tech gadgets that they can have. Meanwhile, whoops. Meanwhile, we have all of these other things that we could be using. We could have instruments. Now, something I noticed that, I'm only noticing now, obviously, is that we mention only having one toy for toddlers, but then we don't again mention toys for children. And so I didn't buy any because I wasn't sure. But I'm thinking about it and I'm thinking about it. And technically, I guess we could have all of the practical use toys for the children because all of their toys are practical use, right? Because there's not really any toys that don't add any fun, I guess. And there's nothing limiting toys for children. It's only toddlers, which is interesting, right? So maybe, just maybe, okay, we'll have a look and see what we can do for them. I mean, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Because at the end of the day, I can change a lot of things about what I've already decided with my like updated rules and restrictions and all that. But I mean, as simmers, what do you think? Should there be a limitation for the children too? Or does it really matter because they're learning skills anyway? I mean, I don't know. I really would love some input because it's so hard to try and do this on your own because I forgot about a lot of things. But if I would have been able to, like, use someone as a, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, someone to bounce idea off of and, like, talk to me, like, talk it out with me, I feel like less things would have been missed, and not that I missed a lot, not that I missed a lot, even in the original setup, there was no limitations or mentions of anything of children toys, okay? So, maybe that was something that we're just leaving wide open, and you can choose so long as you're following the basic rules, which is can't use anything that doesn't have a usefulness to it for fun, and if that's the case, if we're thinking that's gonna be okay, then I could probably go in and add some things because now the game is set up so that as they learn their basic, skills as children, it's also doubling as what that skill is for when they turn into a teenager. So, for example, social and, charisma are learned at the same time while they're children, and mental and logic are also learned at the same time. So, I I'm interested to see what you guys think because I feel like this could benefit us if we're thinking that we could have toys for the kids. We don't have a lot of room, that's not what I'm saying. We don't have a lot of room at all, okay? Like, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. But we could make room for some things, right? Like a violin and like creativity table, is that what they're called? Where they, like, paint, they draw it out? We could do that. I'm trying to think of what other toys that we could use. We do have, like, a little science one too that we could use. Again, adds fun for them and is still practical because they're gaining skills. Now, if we did the little science experiment table, we would not be able to make experiments with them. And our pictures that we make on the creativity table or the drawing table, we would not be able to sell. But listen, like, I don't know, it could be really useful to have stuff for the kids, to have them to give them something to do, to give them something to up their fun. And yeah, I mean, I think that would be really cool. So I wanna know what you guys think before I make that decision solo. Oh, Pan. Oh, filthy, just filthy left, right, and center. Buddy, it's Tuesday. It's time to go to work. I need you to get this promotion. You think you can do that for me, darling? Herman is done with school for the day. Goodness, already? Oh, well, I suppose Pan only goes to work at like 2 p.m. or something now. You guys, the handy person is such an interesting career. Um, Part-time, but he works like every single day. Actually, I think now he has weekends off or he has like weird days off. See, the kids are super uncomfortable. They've got loose teeth, which keeps them uncomfortable for a while. They've got I mean, the house is absolutely disgusting. The house is absolutely disgusting. And of course, when they're uncomfortable, they don't wanna do anything fun. So, it's difficult, I'll tell ya. It's hard with the kids to prepare them for what's to come, for what career you want them to be. Now, in my head, I do want Carmen to work towards the fridge and the oven. I do want that. So that would mean that, um, the twins, one of them would work towards, one of them would work towards business investor, which is gonna unlock the vacuums, and the other, I'm thinking hold on, let me just pull out my let me just pull out my handy dandy notebook. I'm thinking either, Space Ranger or Villain, and let me explain to you why I'm thinking that, okay? The astronaut Space Ranger unlocks outside, so, like, being able to use your outside space, and by that, I mean they can cloud gaze, which is huge, okay? Huge. And the secret agent Villain unlocks the 8 by 8 area, which means we could expand the house and give us more space. Even though we can't go down and up any further than what we already are, we would be able to make the house bigger and accommodate all of these people and all of these things that we want to add to the house for skills, etcetera. And so I think I'm leaning towards that because once we unlock vacuums, I don't think it's gonna be too difficult, okay, to maintain things. But I think that's the direction we need to head. We need more space, and yeah, I don't know. I just think that we need to do that. I think we need to focus on those things, and hopefully that will make life a little bit easier. People will be able to have their own rooms, their own beds. We'll be able to keep, like, the tops of the bunk beds, okay? Now, of course, we cannot move things that have a footprint more than 1 by 1, but we can put them in our family inventory. So will it be an absolute waste of money? Oh, yes, absolutely. But it will keep the kids from having these nightmares, all right? And hopefully keep them sleeping through the night is my thought, is my hope. Alright. Oh, she's feeling very unsatisfied. I don't know how. You guys, this is crazy. This is crazy. They woohoo regularly. There is no need for their social and romance to be as low as what this is telling me. Like, there is literally no reason for them to be romantically unsatisfied when he's literally romancing her enough to be pregnant back to back since we started this challenge 5 whole weeks ago. Right, so we had a little earthquake, we gotta go put everybody back to bed. You all know the drill by now. Immediately, it is a disaster when when there is any kind of disruption. It takes them 17 times as long to get back settled into their seats. Now, of course, this one time, they're gonna prove me wrong, but I can assure you it will go back to utter chaos. Now, really, if we were smart, we're gonna send the toddler upstairs to bed with the kids because that little infant is going to cry her eyes out probably all night, and we are going fishing. So we're still gonna gather some water because I'm thinking, yes, one of the sinks are broken, so we need to gather water for that other sink to work. But if we can keep the kids clean and find a way to entertain them to keep their fun up, we may have a shot at helping them with their skills. Okay. If they are happy enough, clean enough, all of those things, we might be able to help them with their skills and start planning for the future of this challenge because I feel like we are shortly, like in a few minutes, we are going to be in limbo. So, yeah, because, and when I say limbo, I mean, like Felicity has technically, she is done her job. She can't do another. She can't, do anything else. She has done all she can do. Now, she's keeping on having children. All right. So, she's busy anyway, but she is also bringing in a massive amount of income, which helps with the bills, obviously, but it also helps with buying whatever we need on Sunday. Okay. Not to mention, we can't move anybody out. So, like, this is it. Right. And Pan is doing a part time career. So, although he is almost an elder, uh, yeah, he's soon going to be done his career. And so the adults will become, useless in terms of what needs to be done. So we're gonna have to focus on the kids so that they're ready, right? They need to be ready for what's next. Look at all the fish on the counter, guys. This is this is something else. But you know what? We're doing it and it's fine. It's working out for us quite well, I think. He's very unsatisfied. Buddy, have a seat, please. Like, get in line. Yeah, I just feel like I'm caught between what we're gonna do with the adults and what we're gonna be doing with these kids to prep them for what they need to be doing, and so that's why it was so important to unlock the dice, okay? Like, I know it sounds really silly, but unlocking that dice rolling was super, super, super important. I mean, obviously, so is the babysitter career, guys, okay? That is also going to help us tremendously, but, you know, unlocking the dice will at least allow us to somewhat plan. I mean, obviously there's layoffs and everything else, and so we won't be able to like plan that much, but for the most part, I don't think they're going to get laid off every single time. So I think we'll be safe. But yeah, I think we're going to be okay. Now, again, I don't know. There's a lot of things I still don't know how it's going to work out. Like once they become teenagers, then we're not gonna be able to send them to school, so it's gonna be like they're skipping every single day because it's not a vacation day. So, I don't know how that's gonna work out when it comes to their careers. I don't know. Like, see, there's also with the parenthood pack, the, like, responsibility, the manners, the emotional control. So, I don't know if skipping school is going to make them, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, not responsible, essentially. And so, for example, Felicity was responsible, and her daily tasks at work were always done for her. She didn't have to worry about any of that. And she got these extra little pop-ups, and because of that, her responsibility would be, like, medium gain when she would choose the right option or et cetera, and it was super easy for her to get promotions. Now, if they don't go to high school, are they going to be on the opposite end of that, and is everything going to be much harder for them? And so, I have no idea. I have no idea what that's going to look like. Hopefully, we can try to, like, uh, what's the word I'm looking for here? But kind of, like, take control of that and keep an eye on that, because when they're not going to school, it's gonna be great for us to focus on the teenagers and getting their skills ready, okay? But that being said, w you know, if it's gonna cause more problems that they're not responsible and that they're having a hard time, I mean, we could be looking at a whole other slew of problems. And so, that we're gonna have to figure out as we go. But for now, I think if we can just figure out how to get the kids to have fun, because see here, she's so uncomfortable. And like there are some things that I could fix. So we're gonna pull out the loose tooth. She is still gonna be uncomfortable, but it's gonna go away after a few sim hours. Um, and we are gonna get her to try and step on this dust bunny, but she's scared. She's just scared. So she's not gonna do it. They're all scared of them. Now, I do think that these dust bunnies have something to do with the fires. So that's why I'm trying to stomp on them so much. Oh, she can play in a puddle. Guys, guys, I'm getting them to play in a puddle. Oh my goodness. Hotshot helper, is he maxed? No. No, he's not. I thought he was already level 2. Okay, so now he's level 2. Well, that's fine. He only needs 1 more, and then we've unlocked the handiness career. Alright, so I am really, really gonna be trying my best to keep the kids happy, and it's obviously really difficult, but, like, the attention and the fun for the toddlers and the hygiene is obviously the worst. We don't have tubs, we don't have showers, we don't have anything like that, and, I mean, there's not really much else we can do at this time. We can use the sink, but again, every time we use the sink is a risk for it breaking, and now we have both sinks broken. It's Wednesday. It's not looking too good, guys. It's not looking too good, but the good news is the kids can play in the puddles. The kids can play in the puddles, and so that to me is, like, awesome because I can work with that. I really can. Maybe though, just maybe, like, on Sunday, I can purchase more sinks. I can only buy 2 of the same item, um, per Sunday, I'm pretty sure is how that breaks down. I'll have to double check that, but, like, I can only purchase 2 of the same item on the same Sunday, like, at a time, I guess. I'm saying Sunday because we are restricted to buying on Sunday. So, there is a career that limits us, I should say, sorry, to buying more than 2 of the same item. So, for example, if we were redoing this kitchen, we would only be able to do 2 countertops at a time. So, yeah. But, again, I can work with sinks. Like, we could get 1 more sink, and that might help us just a little bit. Because if we don't gather water, the sink in the kitchen doesn't work. So, really, we're running with 1 sink all the time, but if we get another one and we gather water, we're running with the 3. Oh, goodness. Hannah has discovered a monster under her bed. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no. Oh, come on. Here we go. Here we go. This is why I don't like the monster under the bed. I mean, we are about to witness it in full force here. Like, Pan needs sleep. He needs his beauty sleep. We've known that from day 1. Oh, this is thi okay, alright. Like, we got them back to bed, but, we're speeding through this. It takes them forever, and it's not just the one that finds the monster under the bed that has the most, like, the craziest reaction. No, absolutely not. All the kids in the surrounding area then have to wake up. They have to wake up a parent who's sleeping, okay? And then it's just crazy all the time, all the time. We can't leave anything lying around, a plate or anything. The last time the plate caught fire, like, yeah. The monster under the bed, though, honestly, I don't know, guys. In order to get the light that we would need to put in there, it's, like, not the lowest. It is not the worst quality light, so we can't use it, alright? Our best bet would be to have them all sleeping on top bunks, but we are not living in the lap of luxury here, okay? So, all we could like, the best we can do is maybe when we have teenagers, have them switch over to the bottom beds and have the children sleep on the top bunks. Like, that's it, that's all we got. That's the good that's the best we can do, okay? So but yeah, it's such a chaotic endeavor for one of the children, God forbid, to find a monster under their bed. Like, look at this cutie, stinky, hungry, the whole 9. Now, I am gonna try and get her to feed her, obviously, before she leaves for work to avoid any chaos that might ensue. I mean, they're cute, right? The infants, they're cute. And I am learning to slightly be okay with them. I am also learning that my luck is what got me to my disdain for them, like my dislike for them. Because when I always randomize, like, you know, infants, because they stay that way for such a short amount of time that it just doesn't matter. However, it turns out it does. I was constantly getting the intense version of the infants by randomizing the trait that came with them, and they are miserable when they are intense. They're angry, like, everything just makes them mad, and so, I am learning through my forever save file in this file that some infants are actually okay. So I mentioned this, like, quite a lot, but, like, do you guys remember we did not have toddlers when this game first came out? And when they released the toddlers, everyone was like, "Uh, what am I supposed to do with this?" But you know what? We have learned since then through everybody's, like, 100 baby challenge, through our gameplay, through, like, tips and tricks that we're sharing with each other, and we are managing really well with toddlers. We are, right? The independent trait is really where it's at. I mean, let's be real, okay? And now with the infants, I feel like we're still in that learning stage, right? Like, some people have figured some things out and others have figured other things out, and I am telling you right now, the intense trait is absolutely the worst for obvious reasons, okay? And we're not doing too bad. I mean, to be honest, maybe it's less chaotic with this many kids because we don't have we don't have a way to clean them, we don't have a way to really situate them with a bunch of things. So maybe it makes it much more simple, you're not trying to put 17 kids in the bathtub, right? But at the same time, they are miserable. Miss work? I don't think so. Not today, not any day. Bud, please go to work. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we have to send them to daycare. There's no there's no rule about sending them to daycare, but it feels wrong. Right now, the older children are back from school, and what are we gonna do with them, right? So see, now the sinks, everything was broken yesterday on Wednesday, and today we're Thursday, and nothing is broken anymore. So I don't know. Ooh, practice singing. That is a practical thing. Okay. Oh my goodness, can they all sing right now even though they're uncomfortable? Oh, hello. Look at them. Filthy, 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 but guess what? They're singing. Terribly, mind you, they're terribly singing, but it's singing and they're having fun. I am very happy. That's wonderful. Oh my. Sweetie, you're just, like, dirty, aren't ya? If you notice, like, sometimes I do reset my Sims. Now, the reason I do that is because sometimes I find things that they've already done or things that they did and then started to do something else kinda just sit in their queue. So, I reset them because sometimes it, like, glitches and keeps them from doing anything else, which is really weird, but anyway, it it's just one of those things. So sometimes I do reset them, sometimes I leave it if it doesn't really disturb what they're doing. I feel like eventually it'll go away. Pan, what have you done for us lately? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. We are going to woohoo, yes, because frankly, it is the only way that we can fix his fun. He doesn't have fun when he's fishing. He doesn't have fun when he does anything else. It's the only way to quick fix this. He's so tense. Why are we trying for a baby? Why aren't I exercising? Why is it so filthy? Buddy, listen, when we asked you to move in, didn't we warn you this is what life would be like? And if we didn't, it's probably why you agreed to move in. All right, so what is going on with these kids? Wakey Wakey, the toddler, we're going to feed her first, and we are going to try and clean up some of the children. What? A fire? Whoa, what is happening here? No, this guy. He can't even discover the fire properly. He's got to catch himself on fire. I mean, at this point, wait, did it? Your wife just saved you, bud, because you know what? For a second there, I was like, good riddance. Honestly, what are you even saying? This guy, he can't even expire properly. Is he fireproof too? Oh, come on. You know, I will say with the fires and the earthquakes and everything else, if you notice that the everybody's bladder, like, drops significantly, okay? Like, significantly. Now, we are still going to expect the toddler to eat her meal, and we're gonna have to keep an eye on where she puts that plate, guys, because that will also catch fire. Oh. This is crazy. Like, Buddy catches fire and then, like, doesn't even phase him. He's not even disturbed by that. I don't know. I don't know. For you know what? For a minute there, I was like, "All right, it's time. Like, this is it. He's not gonna complete this career either." Like, whatever. What's happening here with the kids? Oh my god. Sleep. Everybody just sleep. Can you do that? Okay, we are going to get Felicity to go and spray the monster under the bed preemptively, okay, so that they can just sleep. And oh my goodness, if it's not one, it's the other. And by the other, I mean like the other five. Oh, this is insane, guys. This is insane. I don't want her to use this dirty sink because I feel like it's going to break. But at the same time, we can just clean her up a little bit. We might get to sleep because sometimes I truly think that if they are that uncomfortable, they won't sleep. And that could also be like a glitch in the gameplay. I'm not sure. But I do find sometimes if they are super uncomfortable, I find they don't sleep. And I mean, obviously, they're also using the lowest quality of absolutely everything, okay? So, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. "Oh, it's time for school, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you got enough sleep." Like, let's just hope that everybody got enough sleep to make it through the day. Alright, Pan. What are you doing? Let's feed you because I need you to at least do one thing. I need you to do one thing for us other than reproduce. Also need to make sure that this baby is, like, good to go before they take off for work. I'm gonna attempt to, like, feed her, change her diaper, and clean her up. That is the goal here. And I am going to get her to clean the toilet and maybe the sink because I'll tell you once again, Pan, when he cleans something, he stops midway through and doesn't actually clean it. So to me, it's like a waste of time, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So to avoid all that frustration that comes with having to make him do it 17 times to get it done. I don't know why everything is 17. 17 kids, 17 times. It feels like like exaggerated number. So I feel like it's fitting. But yeah, instead of getting him to do it a multitude of times, okay, I'm just going to get her to do it once. Is she carrying the weight of this family on her back? Yes. Her back, her front, like everything. In her hair, I'm sure. It weighs on her in her hair too. Like, right now, she's gotta clean up the dust. I need him to do something with his life, and I need him to complete this career. He this could not be any easier for him. He already has these skills. So, he's broken the toilet. He's broken the toilet. Walk away, bud, and don't you dare try to feed that child. A freegan. No. No, I think even if we could self-discover, it wouldn't be that. Oh, something seems to be wrong with Felicity's pregnancy. Oh, no. We didn't even know that she was pregnant. She doesn't even have a bump. What what is happening? She didn't have a bump, right? I didn't notice it. And we've been picking up on that because it slightly worries me, but so guys, this is a part of the RPO mod. There is always a chance of pregnancy loss. Um There's, like, cryptic pregnancy, which means you're finding out late, but I have my settings set so that we don't discover a pregnancy until the end of the 2nd trimester, maybe? Family preferences are evolving. Okay, so she did have a miscarriage, so she has lost the child, and it looks like her preferences of being pregnant changed. Whether or not she wants a child, the thought of being pregnant is not okay with her. She is super sad that she lost the baby. Um, Now, if we go in here into the simology, okay, it is saying not okay with being pregnant, and it does explain that a pregnancy would be difficult to go through. She is still neutral regarding having children. Like to her, it if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But she doesn't like the thought of being pregnant again. And honestly, it's okay, right? She was good all throughout her other pregnancies. She's obviously had some devastating news and her preferences have changed, and we let fate decide that. So that's interesting. I did not know. Oh, hello, Rachel. We're gonna scurry around, and we landed on social. So now we have 4 children, grieving household. So the kids are also sad. I do really love how, when things do happen with the RPO mod and, whether it's divorce or like pregnancy loss or whatever the case might be, all of the situation affects the household, like the parents, the kids, and like rightfully so. I feel like that is also more realistic. And so I do love that aspect of the mod. Um Now, okay, so Miss Work, I don't no, no. Rain or shine, you have to go. That's literally in the rules. Okay, so she was off today, luckily, because if not, she would have had to leave work. And okay, so here we're going to show you we got an urn for this child. So we can add it to the family tree. And we did notice that it was a boy. So we're going to go in and name the baby. And there's no randomizer for that. Okay, but was a baby boy. We did name him Marcus. And now he's a part of the family tree. And I think that's really sweet. Okay, I do think that is something sweet that is added with this mod. Now, the other thing that we have to take into account as, wonderful as it is, that we have the urn and we have those options, that urn cannot stay in her inventory. So we have to put it on the lot somewhere eventually. Look at how unhappy these children are. Oh, read under the covers. Well, wait a minute. Will this work? Will it or will it not work? I want to see how much fun they're going to get from reading under the covers in bed. All right, so we are going to get her to go fishing because we are running out of fish. Although our counter is quite full, it is purely from all the other stuff that she's pulling up from the water. And that stuff is all going to go in the family inventory, okay, on Sunday. If I go in to buy mode before Sunday, I will feel the urge to buy things. So we are just going to put them there and make sure that the kids don't touch them. All right, so we are going to put this urn, we can't put it outside because it has to be in the 8x8 lot. So we are gonna drag and drop into the room that has the computer and nothing else in it for now. So hopefully, like, reading under the covers worked for the children because that would be exceptional. Now, see, we've gathered the water. All right, we've gathered the water, and everything is spewing again. So yeah. All right. So we do have one birthday this week. I'm using the calendar to kind of figure it out. So we are coming to the end of the week. We should have one birthday before the end. And then next week, we do have Carmen aging up into a teenager. Oh my God. It's like exciting and terrifying because she's not going to be able to go to school. And I don't know how everything is going to go with that, to be honest. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it's going to be great. And at the same time, I'm terrified because I don't know if it'll actually be great. But a teenager can learn all the skills an adult can. So if we know that she is going to be working towards the chef career, then we can get her to start cooking for everybody. We can get her to practice making drinks. The only thing is, I don't know if any of these things will be fun for her. And because they're so miserable, I don't know um if it's gonna prompt us to like it. Like, I find when you're not in a good mood and your fun is not already high, when you go do something, it doesn't automatically assume that this could be fun for her. So what will happen is if she's miserable while she's doing it, it will actually ask if we dislike doing that. And so we have to make sure that we're not clicking on that. But likes and dislikes are not like they are permitted. So if the right one can pop up, we can accept those. Now, everybody's social is a bit low. And unfortunately, like I said, playing make believe, monkeying around, they don't actually help towards fun, which it should, right? Like it should. That's just logic, right? But in this case, it doesn't. So, my goodness, look at everything just broken. Everything just broken. Ugh. It's okay though. Like I think the hardest part is already done. I think. I think the hardest part was definitely having like, 4 toddlers and under. Like, to me, that was so chaotic, so difficult. I don't know. It was hard, I think, obviously, because Pan couldn't do anything, not really. Like, always having to cancel things that he was doing because you didn't know if he was actually gonna try and bottle feed the kid, and then finding out he is bottle feeding the kid, trying to cancel everything that's going on. making sure that he's following the rules. It was very tedious. Now that they're children, of course, they have to still cook for them and whatever, because there's no such thing as quick meals, but it's much better. It is much better, in terms of control and helping them with their needs. Now, obviously, they are playing in the puddles. Like, it is the one bonus of having something that is broken. They can play in the puddles. We are using that to our advantage. Are you looking for love? When that pops up sometimes, I feel I don't know how I feel. But we are in the middle of an apocalypse challenge where we can do nothing, and we have way too many kids, and we probably should for the situation that we're in. So I don't think we need extra love at this time. I could be wrong, but doesn't matter because all of that is locked behind a career. And is stressed. He needs a vacation. He needs Okay, first of all, I think he has worked the least out of everyone, even the kids at this point. Like, I think the kids have worked more than he has, and he needs a vacation. Like, he couldn't hold his first career, he got a layoff. He couldn't hold the second one, he slept in. It was only part-time. It was twice a week, and now he's got a job working, what, 3, 4 hours a day? 4 to 5 days a week? He doesn't need a vacation. He needs to pull up his socks and get the job done for once. Cause frankly, we need him to show some use here, okay? Now, I am loving having 2 grills, guys. I'm loving this. They can both cook at the same time, and as the children age up, everyone will be able to cook for themselves. He is indeed eating. He is indeed eating. Oh my goodness. You know what? I think I'm just, like, embraced the life where I'm always gonna have to make sure that he has time to eat for himself before feeding everybody because you know what? Pan is number 1 for him. He is number 1, okay? He is top priority. Well, you live and you learn. So Pan is an easy love connection, guys. For your gameplays, he's easy to get along with, he's easy to fall in love with. He's obviously very good at the children making skill, okay? Um, when it comes to everything else, he's, well, stressed, depressed, and that's about it. Don't mind the sounds that my microphone is making. Gus is just like rubbing himself all over the microphone. He is my big boy cat, and he is very needy. So, in order to get my attention, he does indeed rub onto the mic. Yeah, okay. So, you know, we fed the biggest child that we have, and now we're just trying to get the younger ones, um, to eat. Everybody has to use the washroom. It's wonderful. We are woohooing. There is a volcanic eruption while we woohoo, and I'm trying to put these kids to bed. Sometimes I wonder why I bother to do things. Ooh, one landed right by the door. Right, kids, I still need you to go to bed, even though some of them just slept through it. Some of them, the twins are not phased. The twins are definitely, definitely not phased by all the tremors. Oh, the electrical panel is broken again. That caused a fire too the last time that it broke. I think that was in like week 1? Was that week 1 that it broke or week 2? Was that a part of the mass chaos of week 2? What I thought was gonna be the absolute longest week? Uh, yeah, I don't know. It broke and something next to it caught fire. So we're gonna have to keep an eye out for that. Oh, come on. Look at that. Look at that. Can we just She's like, "What? Again?" "Yeah, buddy, again. Again." Oh, now we got all the kids are up. All the kids are up. Thank goodness it sent us 68 simoleons for all the things we lost, though. That should fix 300 simoleons worth of stuff. Oh, good, now they're wetting themselves. Come on. This is like, oh, everybody's okay. The fire is gone. Please go back to bed, everybody. Infant included. I don't know who took the infant out of the playpen and put her on the floor, but I don't appreciate that. Celebrate Juliana's birthday. Yes. Yes, let's hope to do that. Let's hope we are doing that. Oh, okay. So Hannah has a loose tooth. That's fine. I still need her to go back to bed. It's not yet time to wake up. Like, it's not. It's really not. In fact, yeah. Why doesn't everybody just take a nap so I can have like 3 seconds? Okay. Oh, no. No. Well, there we have it then. There we have it. No one is entitled to some sleep. Not one. Oh my goodness. It definitely feels like the game is keeping me on my toes. Look at all the puddles we have here from everybody wetting themselves. They're filthy again, even the ones I had priorly cleaned. It's a great day, guys. It is a great day. It's Saturday. Slowly and oh my goodness. Slowly but surely, we are making our way to the next generation of careers. I will also say, like, there are a lot of things that concern me about this next generation. Obviously, we don't have a wonder child. There is going to be not enough beds, so we are gonna have to buy more beds, I think, like, especially while we still have, like, Felicity and Pan in the house. We are gonna need like, here there's 7 of them, so really we should have enough beds to sleep all the time, right? So that way we don't have to worry about it. But also, when there are that many Sims, I find it so much harder to make sure that they are working on their skills and that they are in their best form for a promotion. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but I do find the more people in the house, the harder it is to maintain the happiness and the skill level. And oh my God, it's snowing in Oasis Springs. What? That's crazy. I rarely ever play in this world. I'm not sure why, really. I don't always love when it snows and stuff like that, but, um, yeah, I don't ever I don't really play in this world, and so that's why I chose it to do the apocalypse challenge. Now, of course, I would choose the lot that has grass on it, but, I think it's just because 'cause we're, like, in a fancy neighborhood, okay? I think it's because we chose the fancy neighborhood, but I chose the lot for the size of it. Yeah, I did not know that it snowed in this world. I thought it would just be forever summer. And I will say, so we have played throughout the summer, which was 28 days, and now we're into the fall, which is going to be another 28 days. And we have seen obviously snow, just a small, minute bit. We have not seen any rain. So when it rains, adults can shower in the rain, which, hello, is super helpful. And we haven't even gotten a drop. All right. So we are going to go fishing and, because we got to feed everybody. So we're gonna send her fishing, and we're gonna get everybody else in order. Pan, do not touch that child. Oh my goodness. A small minor earthquake for those of us who were just getting settled in our seats. Now we are gonna get him to cook, and we know he has to eat first. He has to eat first, obviously. And then after that, we can feed everybody else, right? Right. And it just snowed a little bit more, so the kids went outside for their first snow, obviously, which, is kinda cute, but also kind of annoying when they do it every single time there's a winter. Cowberry plant. Ooh, we're not allowed with cowberries. We're not allowed to plant anything right now. The only thing we can do is harvest wild, um, like, fruits and vegetables, like wild plants. We can harvest those to eat. And as we've seen with Pan, they do cause, stomach issues, which make you run to the toilet. Alright, so everyone is miserable and, ready, I guess. Everyone's miserable and ready, and look at the lights flicker. So, of course, now because the electrical panel is broken, everything is flickering and everything is getting wonky, which I'm not entirely sure how that plays into effect because they are off the grid, so I don't know. I mean, it's kinda cool that it's an option now, but oh my goodness, Pan, did you just step on a dust bunny? Oh my goodness, congratulations. You have completed the most basic form of cleaning today. Oh my, is that kid playing chess with him? That would be good if their fun was going up. On a side note, like, I do wanna hear back from you guys. Like, do you find that 1 week with the family is too much time because it makes the videos anywhere between an hour and an hour and a half, depending on what's going on? Is that too long of a video, or do you prefer to have shorter videos? So let me know in the comments, like, if you prefer, like, a half hour or 45 minutes, or if you do like that they're long gameplays, like, I can adjust it. If you'd rather, like, 3-hour gameplays, we can do that too, but just let me know, like, I just wanna make sure that that you guys are enjoying it, I guess. Despite my sarcasm and my dryness and frustration sometimes, I am having a good time. So, whatever works for you guys, I will adjust accordingly. If you prefer shorter videos, we can do that. If you want longer ones, we can do that. And you guys, it's Sunday. So we are going around and replacing absolutely everything we possibly can, and I wish I could do more, but we can't. No protection was used. Oh goody. Did we do that? Did I choose that? It could be. I need him to get a promotion. So, like, desperation's at an all-time high at this point. Yeah, that's about it. So let me know in the comments if you guys want longer or shorter videos or if these are okay. I just thought that, like, Sunday to Sunday would make more sense because that's what we're doing with the forever save file, and I find it's a lot easier for me to keep track of. But because it's a rotational gameplay, that's how I'm able to keep track on them. So for here, we don't necessarily have to do that. We could do it shorter, we could do it longer. It's really up to you, whatever you prefer. I'm good either way. But yeah, I mean, listen, it's a new week, guys. It is a new week, and we have a big birthday coming up, which is one of the children are turning into teenagers, and like it's about to get real for me. Like, we are going to have to really work towards making sure that she is ready for her career. And yeah, I mean, that's a big deal. Okay. That's a big deal. One of our children, our next generation, is getting ready to take over and get ready for their first career and hopefully their last. So, the one where they start and finish, Pan. But yeah, I'm excited. So stay tuned for episode, what is this? 5? So stay tuned for episode 6 in a few days, where Carmen ages up into a teenager and we survive another week in the apocalypse challenge. But that's all for this time. So until next time, see ya.